It was an awesome weekend for camping, I'll tell you.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Perfect weather. Oh, grandbabies now.
4.5 months. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's silly.
I got a ticket coming down here this morning. I have to start slowing down.
You got what there?
A ticket.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I can't see you, you're trying to drive so fast.
You know, very well.
I got the number.
She leaves her black leather jacket in the car.
You did ride a motorcycle this week, though.
Yeah, Margaret, sound,
Say what?
this sound button right here. So you click this. And this controls, yeah.
So they give you a prayer for Damon, or you gotta go to court?
No, they gave me a ticket.
It looks like right now.
84 and a 65.
Yeah.
This is right here.
And he says,
Yeah.
that's just what I clocked you at. I know you're going a lot faster, and he's right about
He's 5 and kids 80 over.
Well, they say in North Carolina, 9 is fine.
Oh.
You go 9 over is fine, but I was well over.
I'm just
9.
trying to figure out how to.
Okay.
And just
Okay.
springtime and throwing it over.
Did you call the up here? See where it says more down
There's
there?
He's
a
not.
couple of places on Randall.
Down here.
Uh-huh.
And the policeman will pull in and then there's a piece of railing.
Last
Uh-huh.
one,
They'll sit back in
Yes,
by
it
this
will.
big
Yeah.
metal
So wrong.
electronic something or
Thank
other.
you.
Uh-huh.
And just sit there
Uh-huh.
and wait for somebody to do
Oh,
something.
Facebook.
The kids are the minutes.
The vet, you know, the rest area over there, the vet had to sit there over the years, but I haven't seen one there lately. I came up behind this one before I saw them in front. Yeah,
It says live stream, see Jim?
They don't, I thought they used to have something written on the back end.
well, no, he didn't. I didn't see his white thing.
So you passed him and then he,
No, I didn't pass him. I came up behind him, but I thought, oh boy, and he kept slowing down. I thought, oh God, he got me. I know he's got me. And he did.
good morning, Lord, Lord, Rich.
All right, it's going to start, isn't it?
Oh, and it's time to start. Good morning, everybody.
Did we shut up setting this Jim? Set, we might shut
Yeah.
it, set.
Not hearing anything.
Excellent.
No problem. Live stream.
Are we good?
Ready for it? Logan, thank you so very much.
Just a minute.
It says we're on the live stream.
Yeah.
Maybe
We have a new Chuck Norris in here now.
IT check.
Our IT Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you for being here for our very first service in April 2025. We are in the second quarter of this year already. Wow, things are going fast, and what a beautiful year this is shaping up to be. Isn't it just gorgeous out there? Have you seen the puddles, how yellow they are when it rains? All of the pollen, God's in his heaven and all's right with the world. It's just coming down exactly the way it's supposed to. So anyhow, makes me want to sing something. What are we going to sing this morning, my turn?
Number 59, we come together. 59.
come together in one accord. Oh, yes, we do. Going into the one. We come together to celebrate the one, to become in deeper relationship with the one, and to become in deeper relationship with each other. Knowing this is a holy endeavor, not holy because it hearkens to some faraway spirit that does not relate to us or we to it, but to us in our hearts, here and now, relatable to each other. And in our relationships to each other, we also build our relationship in the one mind where we all meet, where our power is that we exercise in our treatments, in all of our orientation of our spirituality. Yes, we come together in one accord of joy, one accord of love, one accord of celebration of the one. And in knowing that this is a holy day, this is a holy time, we are doing holy things that make us better, that make us in deeper relationship with our source. That's our business. Let's be about it. So it is.
So it is.
All right, we start with our declaration of principles. It's on the cover of our songbook. We say this in unison. We believe there is one divine, all that is, that goes by many names. This one spirit is closer and more personal than our breath and friends and everything. We believe it is unlimited potential, infinite and everywhere present, and that all of it is everywhere present at once. This divine source is all-knowing, all-powerful, and unchanging. We believe it expresses in and as us, and in and as everything that ever was, is, and will be. We believe this universal power works through the universal law of spirit. This creative mind receives the direct impress of our thought and acts upon it, always saying yes without reservation. We believe there is only one life. This life is God. This life is perfect. This life is our life now. So, feel like there's a candle lighting?
Yes, how about you? Are you?
All right.
We got our candle
We
lighter.
got our light bearer back today.
All right, good morning, bright sparks of spirit. We're about to do our celebration of otherness. The center here honors and respects, embraces and welcomes all people, regardless of what our different and varied expressions may be. We respect and honor all of creation. We recognize the consciousness that sleeps in the mineral, wakes in the plant, starts showing up in the animal, right here, and is self-aware of the human. Yeah, that's why our program proclaims we are one and we are many. So we light candles today to symbolize and celebrate our otherness, even as we recognize our oneness. We celebrate all people, regardless of race, gender identity, sexual preference and orientation, age, ethnicity and culture, all religious, spiritual, and secular convictions, socioeconomic status and political leanings, physical, intellectual, and cognitive abilities, immigration status, and criminal background. And the large candle that RW is lighting is for all of us, all of creation, everywhere and always. It symbolizes our unconditional love and acceptance, our oneness. Whether we light a candle, utter a mantra, bow to the east, light a menorah, or do all or none of these things, we affirm with love and compassion and kindness that Spirit knows no differences. Spirit doesn't judge. We know and proclaim and live our lives accordingly. That Spirit blesses all of creation. And so it is.
So
it is.
Thank you.
Great job, that looks so pretty, that one there.
But all of it, yes, yeah, and he really puts them in the shade.
You guys did such a good job with that, thank you.
That's RW.
I have a reading for you this morning. From John 8:32, ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Jesus implies there's a truth, which known automatically will demonstrate itself in our experience. What could this truth be other than a consciousness of our union with life? It is wonderful to contemplate this spiritual and exalted idea of truth, that truth which frees us from the tyranny of fear and the thraldom of fate. It is neither in our start nor in our environment that we should look to discover this pattern of truth. The truth that Jesus proclaimed would make us free lies only in the conscious communion of the soul with its source, the conscious union of each individual with God, the conscious union of the heart's desire with the source of its being. Today, I commune with the spiritual truth in everything. Today, I know that the truth makes me free from fear, doubt, or uncertainty. Today, there is a sun in my heart as I gladly proclaim that truth, which is the revelation of divinity through humanity. So it is.
And
So
so it
it
is. Say more. Okay, numbers. 33, love is my decision.
Bringing them along. All right. Okay, are we on everything we're supposed to be on? To our Sunday celebration on this first Sunday of April, the 6th, in the year of our Lord 2025. Okay, we got a calendar, interesting calendar. Saturday, April 12th, a big day for two holidays this year. First, most reverently, we have Passover, which begins Saturday, April 12th, ends at nightfall on April the 20th. It's a celebration of freedom, which celebrates the liberation of the Israelites from bondage in Egypt. It's observed with a Seder meal and abstaining from leavened foods with some other observances. And this ancient festival speaks powerfully to our present moment with all the conflict in the Middle East, Ukraine, and countless other regions. Passover reminds us of the enduring human longing for deliverance, freedom, peace, and the promise of a new beginning. Got some quotes for you. First, from Charles Glassman: Passover is the story of the liberation of body and spirit. In it comes a lesson of humility, that belief in something larger than ourselves, in this case, God, can free us from the bondage of our primitive instincts and those of others. Okay, next on our calendar, also on Saturday the 12th, Walk on Your Wild Side Day. All right, this is observed annually on April 12th. It encourages individuals to step out of their comfort zones and embrace spontaneity. This is what St. Patrick's Day was for. Created by Thomas and Ruth Roy, this day serves as a reminder to break free from routine and engage in activities that define personal norms or societal expectations. They're more and more like St. Patrick's Day. Embark on a project or a venture that you've been avoiding. Explore new vistas. Do something spontaneous or totally outside your comfort zone. The essence of Walk on Your Wild Side Day is to challenge yourself to act unpredictably and embrace the thrill of the unknown, fostering self-discovery and a new way of being. I'm kind of liking this holiday, and I got some quotes for you. From Jeanette LeBlanc, she's a Canadian author, she says, "My inner landscape is pure wilderness, and the wolves are running," end quote. That sounds like St. Patty, doesn't it? From an unknown, to walk on your wild side is to trust the divine within you, the part that knows freedom, risk, and joy are sacred companions. Okay, now it's time for a grown-up story. A group of managers are trying to calculate the height of a flagpole. Excuse me. They try to measure up the height by lining up their thumbs and then turning the thumb 90 degrees, marking spots on the ground. They try to use the shadow and trig functions, but no luck. Well, an engineer comes by and he watches this for a few minutes. He asks one of the managers what they're doing. "We're trying to calculate the height of this flagpole." Well, the engineer watches for a little bit. Well, then, without saying a word, he walks over, pulls the pole up out of the ground, he lays it down, measures it, writes the measurement down on a piece of paper, gives it to one of the managers, then he walks away. Well, the manager looks at the paper, he snickers, calls the other guys over. The other manager's over, says to him, "Isn't that just like an engineer? We're trying to calculate the height, and he gives us the length." Okay. All right, our theme today is enriching our soil of possibilities. Remember last week I was telling you about Cheryl Salem, the Miss America, who believed and utilized her faith to create miraculous demonstrations in her life. She enriched her soil of possibilities. She made it so. From observations, Ernest Holmes tells us, when we plant an acorn, we know that there's a law inherent in the soil and in the seed. We know that the conjunction of the seed with the soil sets in motion a creative genius. Causes the acorn to burst its bounds, send down roots and send up shoots. Eventually it becomes an immense oak tree carrying out its destiny forever and ever expanding. End quote. Within the seed, the acorn is the consciousness that this pivots on. Got a story for you. Two grains, little kernels of grain were laying side by side in fertile soil. First grain says, I want to grow up. I want to put down deep roots into the ground and sprout from the ground. I dream of blossoming in delicate buds and proclaiming the coming of spring. I want to feel warm rays of sun and dewdrops on my petals. Well, this grain fulfilled his calling and it grew up and it became a beautiful flower. The second grain said, I'm afraid. If I put down my roots in the ground, I don't know what they're going to face there. If I grow tender stems, they can be damaged by wind. If I grow flowers, they may be disrupted. I'm going to be covered with bees. I think I'll wait for a safer time. So, second grain waited until a chicken passing by came by and petted it. Our dreams are like seeds, full of potential, waiting for the right conditions to grow and flourish. Just as a gardener carefully prepares the soil, we've got to create an environment that's conducive to nurturing our dreams. This begins with setting clear intentions. When we define our goals and aspirations with clarity, we give directions to our efforts and focus our energy on what truly matters. Then we need to act on it. Just like the Miss America that believed enough to act upon her belief, she received. Surrounding ourselves with supportive people is equally important. The encouragement, advice, and positive energy from friends and family and mentors can significantly impact our motivation and our progress. Surrounding ourselves with the wrong people can impede it too. These individuals help us stay accountable, celebrate our successes, and provide comfort during challenging times. They are fertile soil in which our dreams can take root. Dedicating time and energy to our passions is another crucial element. This means prioritizing our aspirations, making time for them in our busy lives, and being willing to put in the hard work necessary for their realization. Dreams require consistent effort and attention to grow. Consistency in seeing the perfection. You can't prioritize health in your spiritual practice and then see only the sick and expect to manifest health. You can't prioritize prosperity for a morning meditation and then see only lack in your affairs and expect to manifest prosperity. Whether it's honing a skill, pursuing further education, or investing in personal development, every step we take nurtures our dreams or takes us further from them. But By actively nurturing our dreams through clear intentions, supportive relations, and dedicated effort, we create a fertile ground where they can take root and flourish. This careful cultivation ensures that our dreams are not just fleeting thoughts, but become vibrant realities, growing strong and thriving in the environment that we've prepared for them. Now, it's easy to get lost in chasing short-term goals and in doing so, neglect the long-term health of our inner soil. It's easy to see quick fixes and immediate rewards, whether it's through instant gratification from social media, fast food, or other shortcuts that promise swift satisfaction. If you sense this in any of your actions, take time and reflect on areas of your life where you've opted for these quick fixes. Perhaps in your career, you've taken on an extra task for a quick promotion rather than focusing on long-term skill development. Maybe in your personal life, might have chosen temporary distractions over addressing deeper emotional needs. Shifting our focus to long-term growth requires a conscious effort to adopt practices that promote sustainable well-being. Meditation, for example, helps us cultivate mindfulness, reducing stress and improving mental clarity over time. Continuous learning, whether through formal education or self-directed study, ensures we're constantly growing and evolving, preparing ourselves for future opportunities and challenges. Besides that, your mind is always hungry for something new. Building meaningful relationships provides us with a support system that enriches our lives and offers companionship, advice, and emotional stability. These practices require time and dedication, but they contribute significantly to the long-term health of our inner soil. By investing in activities that promote sustainable well-being, we ensure our foundation remains strong and fertile, capable of supporting our dreams and aspirations for years to come. Instead of seeking immediate rewards, we cultivate a mindset focused on enduring growth and lasting fulfillment, leading to a richer and a more satisfying life. We develop a deeper belief in God, and as Ernest Holmes tells us in The Science of Mind, all our beautiful dreams, all our wishing and praying for material good will reach no higher level in our experience than our belief in the power of God and in His willingness to help us. God's willingness to help us is expressed in the existence of that immutable law, which gives us exactly the type of objective experience for which we build a mental likeness, end quote. Further on, it continues. This is another way of saying that something happens when one believes. Faith is operated upon by some principle which is a government of law and order, and which has within itself the power to execute itself. Prayer is not to ask God to be God. There's a supreme intelligence in the universe. We cannot tell it anything. What little we know, we have drawn from it. There is an absolute spirit around us. It does not need our existence. It has already surrendered itself to us, but we have not yet surrendered ourselves to it. That is what prayer or treatment is for. Prayer or meditation is for the purpose of becoming receptive to the divine influx, which already owns everything, governs all things, and creates what we need if we but permit it to in its own nature, which is goodness, truth, and beauty, end quote. There is a law in the universe which operates in a certain way according to the tendency set in motion and does so mathematically, inexorably. We cannot destroy the law, but we can redirect its movement. Just as we plant seeds and later decide we wish something else, we go out and uproot the first seeds and plant others in their place. We're not thereby destroying the soil. We've simply determined to use it in a different way. You are an evolving person. You've come out of all time and are going to all time, from glory to glory, led by the image of God. There is a perfect image at your center to cause what you are. Your soil of possibilities is always being enriched, either consciously, with intention, or by default. You can choose. Choose life. Take a moment and come again. Recognize the one life. Life is God, perfect, and that life is my life now. I know there's no end to divine nature. And therefore, there's no end to the possibility of our expression of it. All that God is belongs to us and is ours to make use of it. I unite myself into the living God, perfect match. We're all a perfect match. The thing itself and the way it works, it is at our core. And I know this world is saturated with divinity. It is immersed in reality. That makes it filled with possibilities. It is my choice, your choice. These possibilities are mine and they are yours also. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Spirit. Knowing this is true, I go forward with the renewed resolve to make my life. And so it is. Right, it is now time for our transformative sharing. If you have anything, please place it over your heart. We want your energy in it. As we expend it, it's definitely your energy too, so. Sharing offering, no, we use it, keep everything going around here, but we also reach out into the community because we believe it's possible to have a world that works for everybody. And we ain't gonna give up on it. So it is. All right. Time for announcements. Our liaison is here for Safe. What's cooking?
They're almost ready to open up. They're asking for macaroni and cheese and for tomato sauce.
Oh, okay. Sounds pretty good.
More money.
What?
More money.
Or money, of
All
course.
right, yes. And remember, this is spring, and spring people get antsy and want to start cleaning out, and anything that you get within a year of expiration is still usable. So, and they can make good use of it. And there's a lot of families in crisis right now that, you could help. So just keep them in mind. And thank you, Fran, for what you did. Of course, we co-sponsor a call every Saturday morning with Louisville at 11 a.m. It's a wonderful call to be on for an hour, and the connection details are in our newsletter that Jim puts out for us every week. So I invite everybody to join us on Saturday morning for an hour of upliftment. There is no subject that is off limits in that call. So let's see what else. As always, we have our 1-minute miracles available after service. If there's something you can't get your head around, I'll be glad to do a treatment for you. Or if it's something long-term, I can write a treatment. We are here if you need us with this philosophy. Thank you for what you do. Give here in the sanctuary. We're also available through Cash App and PayPal, and of course we take checks too. And Giveify is gone the way of, so gone the way of Amazon. Gone the way of Amazon. Okay. And that's all I can think of for right now, other than welcome. Yes.
I'd like for y'all to say some prayers for our family. There was a young girl, she was probably 15 now. She was in our troop for 6 months or so. And then went to join a venture crew to be with a group that was working with her mother. The mother had really severe, what was it, cerebral palsy, I think, that, anyway, he had trouble communicating everything else, and she just adored him. She'd been gone from our troop. She was only there a short while. She'd been gone from our troop for perhaps a year. And on Thursday, sometime she committed suicide. So please pray for some peace and whatever you can do to help a family that's dealing with the loss of a young person. And you've got them. I was told not to say anything about it. I'm sure that the ones that went to whatever school she goes to would. Some of the kids might know about it, but we're a big scout troop, the girls there were about 8 girls that knew her when she was there. We've got younger ones that don't, but the scout leaders got to come up with some way to let them know.
What was she?
About 15, I'm not sure exactly. When you're 14, you can go into a venture crew. And so she wanted to be there for her brother. I mean, she did so much to help him, to encourage him that whatever he could do. He had to use a tablet and come to do most of his communicating and his speech. He really couldn't speak well in his wheelchair now. But they were trying to give him a very bright young man. Now, how does this affect him?
Oh, wow, yeah.
So, any prayers of comfort we can go to this family.
We certainly will. Certainly will. Thank you for letting me know about that, Fran. I will take her name. Her name was Alex. Well, I know Alex is probably, you're calling her name and she's probably looking in on you right now. From a more peaceful place, but it's the family and all of us that are left behind.
And one thing we should be telling anybody younger or older, 988, the number you can call, it's like 911. That's for mental health, someone to talk with you anytime, day or night, if you're feeling down.
I didn't know that. 988, the number you could call. Okay, for immediate help. That's wonderful.
Yeah. They can put you in line with some local places that can help you with your issues.
Okay.
People who can talk you through your thing, but they're there for that. I get it.
Thank you. And you will take it into play for sure. Thank you. Okay, anything else?
Yeah, I think I mentioned this before, but if anybody's got any good pictures that they want to share with the newsletter, I mean, I'm always looking for pictures, so kind of makes it more interesting and things like that, so. Anybody got anything, just email them to me.
Bob can help you out.
I bet he could too.
He's,
Yeah.
he's emailed me several.
I'll bet you got some beautiful pictures when you were over in Holland. That would be
Oh,
beautiful.
especially with that, like the tulip
The
field.
tulip fields and that would be
Yeah.
beautiful in our newsletter. I bet you've got some gorgeous ones.
We've got an amaryllis that a neighbor gave us. Normally buy them in the market, they're about like this, big
Yeah.
flowers.
Yeah.
This one is 2 years old. His stem is 3 feet high, two branches to it, and he's got like 6 giant trumpets. I got a picture, I'll send it.
Wow.
It's really something. Yeah, I've never seen one that tall.
Gosh, now, was that when you were in Holland or is that? what
No,
you-
that was something that just happened in the living room like
You
a
did-
month ago.
Oh, wow, okay, okay,
He's been indoors.
oh, okay. We'll get to some pictures.
Good. I've got a lily too that I planted last year that is blooming and it's purple and white and it's just beautiful.
Ooh, Brad gave us some lilies and daisies. The deer almost got them, but I beat them to it. They did eat some tulips we had, but, I got some spray. It's working. Somebody's expelling the bad breath of the world that keep the deer away.
What's in that stuff like pepper?
God, I don't know, it's something, it's, dead inner rotten.
Does it have a bad odor to
Oh,
it?
Lord, it smells that horrible, yeah,
Oh,
it's pretty bad.
but, well, I guess to keep deer out of
It's
it.
kept outside.
Ah, all right. You a little lemon?
No, little lemon, yes, we did good.
I think red pepper also.
Red pepper works, garlic spray can help. But this stuff actually, it does work. I tried a few of it because,
I know red pepper will keep the squirrels away.
yeah.
Yeah. It's strange, it doesn't bother the birds a bit though.
No, it doesn't.
Doesn't bother the birds a bit. There's a nice order to nature, isn't there? Okay. All right, we have, is that anybody else got any announcements? tonight? Anything coming up? Other than our festivities we're gonna have at the end of the month here.
Right.
Drew said this is a fantastic yard sale over the weekend.
There was at the Presbyterian talk, we go by it all the time. It's
Uh-huh.
supposed to,
That's what the scouts are doing, right?
well, I don't know, somebody said that they had this sale, but we went by Friday and they were having it on Friday and Saturday, but it's not on now, but it is now
Yeah.
today. So I don't know if she managed to get the scouts in
I
there or
didn't
not.
contact him.
But the Presbyterians have a big bash, usually in the fall like this, not when it's next spring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
So, yeah.
all right. Well, if that is it for announcements, we've got an affirmation this morning. I enrich my soil of possibilities,
I enrich my soil with possibilities.
nurturing a fertile ground for my dreams to grow.
Nurturing a fertile ground for my dreams
To grow. And so it is. Yes. Okay. Now we have Blessing of the Children. This is on the cover of your songbook. We do this in unison. And as always, the stories that keep coming out of the children that need blessing, wow. We got our plate full with this blessing, and while we're doing that, we're blessing the children that are inside of us too. So, we, children of the divine, love all children, bless all children, appreciate all children, and the Holy Spirit bless all children. And so it is.
So it is Peace Sunday,
Yep. Peace Sunday.
and when we're done with the song, we'll do the prayer of protection, is that what you call it?
I need to change the name now.
Light of Christ was the one that I, but whatever. Prayer of protection. Okay, here we go. You want to go ahead and make a
Yeah.
second, folks? The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds
The
us.
love of God enfolds us.
The power of God protects us.
The power of God protects us.
The presence of God watches over us.
The presence of God watches over us.
Wherever we are, God is.
Wherever we are, God is.
And
So it is.
Right.
Yes. Thank you, everyone. We're getting out here early today. Yeah.
We started.
When we did, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we did.
All right, I'm gonna turn this off.
Okay.
Did I talk too fast?
No. It was just rapid emotion.
Yes, sir.